Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Sex and the City movie. We are picking up, this is the 5th part of the breakdown. Go back and check the other episodes if you haven't watched them, but let's dive right back into where we were. So this episode we're going to talk about the rehearsal dinner, why Miranda is you know what, and we're going to get into the wedding / bird on her head of it all. But first, check out my merch, link below. I got Midnight Toast, Justice for Steve. It's a load of pants. Or find me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. So they just did the closet montage, and Carrie has moved in with Big. She's talking about wedding crunch time. We need to get serious about this. He's kind of having a meltdown, saying that the contractor pushed the move-in date. Remember, they're working on her closet for her shoes. She mentions in passing, oh yeah, the guest list is 201. He's completely shocked by this, and she says it's the dress. She has to up the ante. She has to have it bigger. He calls it a circus. Now, here's my question about all of this. Why aren't they having the conversation right now? He's clearly starting to panic. She's clearly doing, her Carrie thing. Why not have a conversation? I don't like how either of them handle it, truthfully. I mean, obviously, he's a jackass who leaves her at the altar, but she's clearly not listening. He's telling her he's freaking out. She's not asking, what's going on? It's okay. They're not having the conversations. Yeah, she calms him down some, but it's too weird. It's not like a real, I just didn't find it realistic couple. You know what I mean? Of course somebody's going to panic, but you have the conversations about it. Now, let's talk rehearsal dinner. It's the night of their rehearsal dinner, and you guys, I've been here. How cool am I? So this is called Budokan, where they filmed this. It's in New York, of course. It's in Chelsea. And I did a Sex and the City tour when I was there many years ago, and they actually took us into this restaurant. I tried to find my pictures, couldn't find them. I gotta keep digging, but yeah, they let us walk right where they're standing, and we got to look down on the table like they did, and it was so cool. It was such a neat part of the experience. It's just one of those things that sticks out to me. I love the setting. I love the atmosphere. I think what a cool place to have a rehearsal dinner. Comment below if you've ever been there before. Curious to know what the food is like. I looked it up, and they get 5 stars reviews, so people must really enjoy it. So Samantha is the maid of honor, and she makes a toast to the groom. Meanwhile, while she's trying to talk, this guy Carl keeps interrupting. You guys, I wish I'd gotten a picture of it. I didn't, but Carl is played by Damian Young, and if that sounds familiar, he plays Valerie Cherish's husband on The Comeback, another show I've been recapping. But he plays a jackass in this that keeps interrupting. He's basically rubbing it in that Big's been married a couple of times before, and finally Sam has enough and says, hey, dickwad, I'm speaking. I love Sam. She toasts to the groom who got carried away. Aw, see what they did there? Steve ends up showing up to the rehearsal dinner, and Sam goes to get Miranda. So she tells Miranda, hey, he's out there. Miranda comes out to talk to him. Samantha, I love Samantha. Details like this, I know she's watching through the door to make sure that Miranda's okay. Steve tells her it's just one time, and this is where we get the famous line, you broke us. I changed who I was for you. And it's just rich knowing where this goes, right? I get why, obviously, she'd be so pissed here, and I don't think Steve's a saint by any means, but if you want to compare straws here, he's the one, he slept with somebody one time and telling her it meant nothing. She had a full-blown affair with somebody, lied about it for weeks, was staying with Che, and then, remember, because Che said, oh, I didn't know you were still married. I thought you were in an open relationship, that sort of thing. So, Okay, so she's determined to ruin everybody else's life because she's miserable, talking about Miranda. She tells Big, don't get married. She says you two are crazy to get married. Marriage ruins everything. Even if you're having the worst day of your whole life, would you say that to somebody at their rehearsal dinner? That's just awful, right? So Big's taking this in. He's already a nervous wreck. Carrie comes to find him at the bar. Is everything okay? And he says, I'm just tired, I guess. Carrie's making it all about her, last single girl kiss, and not even paying attention that Big is having a complete and total crisis and meltdown. Now, Big's an asshole. I'm not blaming Carrie for that. Big needs to get his stuff together. You're a grown man. You can decide before the night of if you don't want to do this. But Carrie is oblivious and being Carrie. So there's that. They have a girls' sleepover. They're all in matching PJs. Lily is there. This is before I Hate Lily. And Big calls. They're teasing about sex, so when Lily answers, she says sex, and everybody laughs about it. So he tells Carrie, I'm sitting here trying to write these vows. Is this something we really want to do? Again, just having a complete and total crisis. He sucks, she sucks, the whole thing sucks. It's a load of pants. And he says, everything is great. I don't want to screw it up. I did this 2 times before. She has to talk him around and talk him into it. And I'm thinking, if you have to talk somebody into it, things aren't great. She's saying, it's just me and you. She talks about how she gets writer's block and how he's got it with the vows, and go to bed in the morning. It will all make sense. And if nothing else, she tells him, you can write, I will always love you. So they say their good nights. I'm sure this is going to go off with no problems, right? No foreshadowing whatsoever. They say, I'll see you, good morning. And she says again, hey, it's me and you. So then we get a flash. The next day, it is the day of the wedding. And I could spend about 13 hours talking about this big, stupid bird and Carrie's hair. So we talked a lot about this dress in the last episode. If you didn't listen, go back and listen, because I just don't think it's the right dress for her. I don't hate it. It's just not my style. And I don't love how the top comes up to wings or something. I don't know. I think it swallows her teeny tiny frame. Somebody had said in the comments it's probably better suited for somebody with curves, and I totally get what you're saying. I think, yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Okay, let's talk about this stupid bird and the makeup going on. I just don't love it. I think the bird is so awful. I could actually understand wanting to have maybe a pop of color up there for her or something, but this is not it. I got so many comments saying the same thing. You hate the bird. I don't get the bird. I think it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Let's talk bridesmaids. Okay, so the positive I'll say about Miranda is I do like this color on her. I think it's really pretty. I like the earrings, the blue in there. It all ties together. It goes pretty with her eyes. Don't love this hairstyle. I don't even mind the blue clip in her hair, but like you can see here, it just kind of poofs out a little too much. I think it could have been cuter had they maybe swept it up a little bit. I don't love this hairstyle on her, but anything's better than that stupid wig she wore on and just like that. So I'm a blue fan, so I do like this dress a lot. I think it's pretty. Personally, I don't love the cut of the front. I don't know what I would have done differently, but probably not this. And there's a giant ruffle that follows down the back of the dress that I don't love either, but overall, I can't say too much about it. I don't mind this blue look. Okay, let's talk Samantha. I think she looks stunning. I know I'm biased. I love my Kim, but she does. She looks stunning. I love that they put her in red. She looks fabulous. I love the cut of this dress. Look how pretty her neck and shoulders and décolletage look. Look at her hair. I like what they've done with that. I like the flowers in it. I just think she looks so elegant. I did get a picture of the full-on dress. I'm not crazy about all the layers there, as you can see, but I get it. I get what they were trying to do. This dress needs movement. It would have been boring just straight down, so I have no problems with this. I think she looks fabulous. I gotta say, you know who my standout is? Charlotte. Yes, there's a lot going on with this dress. Would I look silly in it? Most likely. It looks like angel wings. But there's something about it. It's so dramatic, and I love that it's black. I just do. I think it's so regal and elegant. Now, judge me all you want, but I put my bridesmaids in black too. I just think it's so pretty in pictures when you have black against the white, bride's dress. I just think it's so pretty, and I think her hair looks beautiful here. I love her makeup. I really do. I love it. So here's a full view of the dress. Again, a lot going on. Personally, I don't love a trumpet style dress, but I just think it suits her. I think she looks stunning. I think it complements her figure. It's dramatic, like it plays in well with the scene where she's like, no, We'll talk about that in a minute when she's yelling at Big, but I really like this look on her. I think she looks stunning. But back to this sad sack right here. See, I just think they outshine the bride, all of them, because this is what we're working with, and it just doesn't make any sense. And I hate the makeup. I really do. It really bothers me in this scene. But clearly they want us to say, oh, Carrie looks beautiful. I really wish Anthony would have screamed, hate it, right here. I think it would have been a lot more fun. So Big keeps trying to call Carrie, and she's not picking up. Again, this is where I hate Big because, come on, man, it's the day of the wedding. You're going to pull this shit now? But he's calling, and Lily ruins her life by answering the phone, hanging up, hiding the phone in her purse. So Carrie doesn't get all the phone calls that Big's making. But again, is she supposed to talk him into getting married on her wedding day? But he's still leaving her voicemail saying, call me back, I need to talk to you. We see everybody's getting ready. Anthony tells Stanford that there is a problem. No Big. Stanford is saying maybe he's stuck in traffic. Big is being all mopey, saying, I need to know. It's still just you and me, like you said. It's like, come on, dude. Like, I'm not Team Carrie, but in this case, come on. It's your wedding day. She shouldn't have to do this, too. There's that big, stupid bird. Hi, bird. Sound like Snuffleupagus. Hey, bird. So lots going on here. They're all loading up in the car. Carrie has to make a big production out of everything. So getting in the car it's a lot. But we see Harry here. I love Harry even more because he's talking about how they look like princesses. I hate that neckline on Carrie's dress. Those boob wings would drive me crazy. I tell you what, I would eat dinner at my wedding and end up with crumbs all down my shirt or all down the top of the dress. There's that big dumb bird again. So lots going on. Again, Anthony is realizing that there's a problem. He and Stanford are trying to figure it out. I kind of love that they have Stanford in a sparkly jacket. I just think it's cool. It suits his character. Big is just waiting outside to go in. He's freaking out. He sees the car of the women pull up, and he's saying, come on, baby. Turn around, let me see you. It's just so ridiculous, right? This part really irks me if you can't tell by the tone of my voice, but it does. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that he needs to see her face to know whether or not he should marry her. I'm thinking if it's that bad and you just don't know, yeah, maybe you shouldn't get married. Like, there's a big problem. But she, of course, is in Carrie world, so she doesn't see him. They all walk in. He's absolutely just dying 1,000 deaths and mopey moperson. And he has his driver pull off. So there's Brady and Lily before I hated them. Magda and Harry are there. Again, Anthony and Stanford are saying, hey, Big's not here. They are 25 minutes late, the girls are. So to hear Big's not here, they're freaking out. Carrie says, well, did anybody give him a call? Someone give me a phone. Sam hands her her iPhone. She can't work that. I can't really judge. I'm terrible with technology, but whatever. So she ends up getting another phone. She calls Big and says, hey, are you okay? What's going on? He says, I've been calling you for an hour. Why haven't you answered the phone? She's trying to find what's going on, where he is. He says he was out front and he just left. Then he says, I can't do this. She absolutely correctly freaks out and says, oh my gosh, she drops the phone and says he's not coming. Get me out of here. It takes a minute for everything to sink in. Everybody absolutely freaks out. Sam is like the greatest person in the whole world. She says, you guys take her. I'll stay here. I'll deal with all of this. Just go. So Sam stays behind to deal with all of this. Meanwhile, Miranda and Charlotte take Carrie in the car. Big has like this realization, oh my God, what am I doing? Let's turn around. Let's go back. It's a one-way street. He doesn't care. He has the guy turn around and go the wrong way. So as he pulls up, the girl's limo is pulling by and he says, I freaked out. He's trying to explain it to her. He's yelling toward her and she runs up to him and she absolutely bashes the shit out of him with the flowers. Again, he deserves it, but, very dramatic. There's a bird in her hair. Ooh, it's all dramatic. But she hits him with the flowers and says, I'm humiliated. He says, Carrie, wait, I'm sorry. This is where we see Charlotte with the Overactor of the Year award. I kind of love it, though, because she's trying to be a protective friend. But, of course, Miranda and Charlotte are on either side of Carrie. Charlotte is hugging Carrie and protecting her, but yelling at Big, and makes this face right here. He's saying, wait, I'm sorry. And again, Charlotte's doing this, saying, no. And Miranda looks at him like, oh shit, I think I messed this all up. Charlotte has to bounce in her black dress. It's really funny the way it fits her. That's one of my favorite parts. When she lets Carrie in, she has to run to the other side of the car. And she basically has to bounce or hop in this dress. Big picks up a single white rose. He drops it on the ground. Symbolic, I guess so. So I wanted to take some time on this one to talk about the fashions because we really got to see some of this episode. Next episode, we're going to go further into the movie. We're going to go into the honeymoon because I think that's an interesting scene to see the dynamic between the women and everything that Carrie goes through. So we'll get into that on the very next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my Patreon if that's something you're interested in. We are covering the original Sex and the City series over there. Hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.